Man, that's...
Ma'am, don't touch that. This isn't a thrift store.
No.
We're here to buy a ring for our daughter. Why are we being treated like this?
In the heart of suburban Charlotte, North Carolina, Jefferson Jewelers gleamed under the soft glow of chandeliers, its glass cases sparkling with diamonds and gold. It was a place where dreams were bought: engagement rings, anniversary gifts, symbols of love and status. On a crisp October afternoon, Dr. Evelyn Carter and her husband, Malcolm, stepped into the store, their tailored outfits exuding quiet confidence. They were there to pick out an engagement ring for their daughter, Lauren, who was about to get married. Little did they know, their visit would ignite a firestorm that would change the store, the industry, and their lives forever. The moment Evelyn reached for a $45,000 emerald-cut diamond ring, a voice cut through the air like a whip. "Ma'am, please don't touch that. This isn't a thrift store. We cater to serious buyers, not folks who can't afford it," barked security guard Tom Bradley. His words dripped with disdain, his eyes narrowing at the well-dressed black couple. Evelyn, a renowned cardiologist, froze, her hand hovering over the display. Malcolm, a financial strategist, stood protectively by her side, his jaw tightening but his composure intact. Tom stormed over, his boots thudding against the polished floor, waving his hands as if shooing away pests. "Put that ring down before you break something expensive," he snapped, snatching the ring from Evelyn's hand. The store fell silent. Shoppers glanced over, some pulling out phones to record. Store manager Karen Wheeler hurried from the back, her expression already siding with Tom before she even asked what happened. "What's the issue here?" she demanded, her tone implying she'd already decided who was at fault. Evelyn, no stranger to prejudice from her years in medicine, felt the familiar sting of racism. She stood taller, her voice steady. "We're here to buy a ring for our daughter. Why are we being treated like criminals?" Tom smirked, undeterred. "We've had problems with certain people trying to pull scams. Credit card fraud, fake IDs, you know how it goes." The casual racism landed like a punch. Malcolm's smartwatch buzzed with a notification: Jefferson Jewelers acquisition finalized. Board meeting at 3 p.m. The irony wasn't lost on him. They were minutes away from owning the company that employed these bigots. Karen, her blonde hair pulled into a tight bun, doubled down. "Sir, ma'am, I'll need to see multiple forms of ID and your credit cards to verify your ability to purchase." Evelyn's eyes narrowed. "Have you asked any other customers for that today?" The question hung unanswered. Around them, white shoppers browsed freely, handling watches and necklaces without a second glance from staff. A young woman nearby, Sarah Mitchell, a local teacher, pulled out her phone and started an Instagram live. "This is outrageous," she whispered to her growing audience. "They're harassing this couple for shopping while black." The live stream's viewer count climbed 50, 200, 500. Comments flooded in. "This is disgusting. Get their names." An older couple by the watch display muttered loudly, "They should shop somewhere more in their price range." Tom nodded approvingly. "Exactly. There are stores better suited for your kind." Evelyn's phone buzzed with a message: "Q3 revenue report ready. Carter Enterprises." She silenced it, exchanging a glance with Malcolm. They'd faced this before, but today was different. Tom positioned himself between the couple and the exit, hand on his radio. "Ma'am, I need to check your purse for stolen items. We've had incidents." The accusation electrified the air. Shoppers stopped, phones now everywhere. Evelyn's voice was ice. "Are you accusing me of theft?" Tom backpedaled slightly. "Just following protocol." Malcolm opened his phone's camera. "Show me that protocol in writing." Karen fumbled, her authority unraveling. No such policy existed. The store's intercom crackled. "Attention shoppers. Jefferson Jewelers will close at 3 p.m. for a corporate event." Karen's eyes widened. Forgotten, the ownership transition meeting. New investors were taking over today. "We need this resolved now," she hissed to Tom. "Corporate's coming." Malcolm dialed a number. "James, it's Malcolm. Finalize the Jefferson acquisition now. Full control effective immediately." Karen's confusion was palpable. "What acquisition?" Evelyn smiled, a calm that unnerved everyone. "The one where we buy your parent company." Her phone rang, and she put it on speaker. "Dr. Carter, this is Edward Lang from Jefferson Jewelers corporate office. The acquisition papers are ready for the 3 o'clock board meeting. Are you attending? The store went silent. Tom gripped a display case, his face paling. Sarah's live stream hit 10,000 viewers. Comments exploded. They own the company. This is unreal. Evelyn pulled a business card from her purse, holding it up for the cameras. Dr. Evelyn Carter, CEO, Carter Enterprises. The gold lettering gleamed. We're conducting an inspection of our new property, she said, her gaze locking on Tom. And we found serious personnel issues. Karen stammered. You can't own Jefferson Jewelers. The owners are. Malcolm cut her off. White. Male? Ownership doesn't require a specific skin color. Mall security chief Robert Hayes arrived, radio crackling, flanked by 2 guards. Tom launched into a dramatic retelling. These individuals were handling high-value items without verification, acting suspicious. Karen nodded. We suspect fraud. Sarah's live stream surged to 15,000 viewers. This is straight-up harassment, she narrated. They've done nothing wrong. Evelyn's voice was surgical. What suspicious behavior? We asked about a ring's price. Is that a crime? Robert hesitated, aware of the recording phones. Karen tried to regain control. Show us your ID, and we'll resolve this. Malcolm's tone was steel. Show me the policy that requires ID based on race. Silence. The intercom crackled again. Security to Jefferson Jewelers. Priority response. News outlets were calling about the incident. Evelyn opened her laptop, displaying a document. Carter Enterprises acquires Jefferson Jewelers for $720 million. She turned it to the crowd. This store generates $1.8 million annually. Generated, past tense. The numbers stunned everyone. Sarah's live stream hit 20,000 viewers. Comments raged. Fire them all. This is justice. Edward Lang's voice returned via speakerphone. Dr. Carter, you have full operational control as of today. Evelyn's eyes met Tom's. Tom Bradley, Karen Wheeler, Robert Hayes, your employment is terminated for violating company policy, federal civil rights laws, and basic decency. Tom protested. You can't fire me. I have rights. Malcolm countered. This is an at-will state. Discrimination voids protections. At 3 p.m., in a sleek conference room in downtown Charlotte, Jefferson Jewelers executives convened an emergency meeting. Edward Lang sat at the head, screens showing social media metrics. Jefferson Jewelers racism trending in 40 states, 1.5 million live stream views. Evelyn and Malcolm joined via video from their Carter Enterprises office, their presence commanding. Jefferson reported $720 million in revenue last year. Evelyn began, but customer satisfaction is 2.0/5 stars, with 198 discrimination complaints in 18 months, 20% above industry average. CFO Michael Reed added, stock price is down 20% since the incident, a $160 million market cap loss. Evelyn outlined demands. Immediate termination of involved staff. Done. Mandatory in-person bias training, body cameras for customer interactions, monthly diversity audits with public reporting, and executive accountability for repeated incidents. Edward balked at body cameras. That could hurt morale. Evelyn's voice sharpened. Morale wasn't a concern when your staff accused us of theft. She added, comply within 60 days, or we liquidate profitable locations to competitors who value fairness. A call from Senator Elizabeth Warren interrupted. Dr. Carter, we're monitoring this. Would you testify on retail discrimination? The room froze. Congressional scrutiny was a corporate nightmare. 8 weeks later, Jefferson Jewelers' transformation was stunning. Dr. Lisa Nguyen, the new chief diversity officer, reported, body cameras deployed at all 108 locations. 0 discrimination complaints since implementation. Customer satisfaction hit 4.7/5 stars. Revenue rose $18 million above projections, with minority customers up 140%. The incident sparked industry change, with retailers like Macy's and Tiffany adopting similar protocols, dubbed the Jefferson Standard. Tom, after his termination, enrolled in civil rights education and now speaks at diversity workshops. Karen pursued a degree in social justice advocacy, volunteering to combat workplace bias. Sarah, the teacher who live-streamed, earned a scholarship to study corporate ethics. The Digital Accountability in Commerce Act, inspired by Evelyn's testimony, passed with bipartisan support, mandating bias training nationwide. Evelyn and Malcolm's Justice Now Foundation resolved 3,512 discrimination cases across 35 industries. Their model documentation, economic pressure, transparency became a blueprint for change. The live stream, viewed 7.2 million times, sparked a movement Harvard called digital justice. Jefferson Jewelers became an industry leader, with stock prices up 30% and ESG funds praising its reforms. Evelyn stood before the National Retail Federation, her keynote resonating. Accountability, not punishment, drives change. Document injustice. Demand fairness. The revolution was live-streamed, permanent, and consequential. Discrimination wasn't just wrong, it was unprofitable. What do you think? Have you faced or witnessed prejudice in everyday settings like stores, restaurants, or workplaces? Share your stories in the comments below. Do you believe economic pressure is the key to ending injustice? Or should we focus on education and empathy? Take a stand. Your voice matters in this fight for fairness.